Beloved in Christ, if you are listening to this at the end of a long and weary day, perhaps your heart feels heavy and your spirit feels tired beyond words. Maybe your prayers feel weak tonight, like a small flame trembling in the quiet air. Or maybe you have run out of words, entirely unable to express what your soul has been carrying in silence. You are lying in bed staring into the stillness of the night, listening to the soft sounds around you, wondering if anything will ever change. You may be asking yourself whether your struggles have meaning, whether your hopes still matter, whether your prayers are truly heard. But tonight, I want to gently remind you of something your heart may have forgotten. In the weight of exhaustion, God has not stepped away. He is not silent, and He is not finished with your story. Even when the night feels long and unanswered, God remains near. Even when the path ahead seems unclear, His presence does not fade. What seems impossible to man is the very place where God begins to move. The things that feel too broken, too delayed, too far gone, those are the spaces where His power is most clearly revealed. He specializes in the impossible, in the moments when human strength ends and divine grace begins. Tonight, you do not need to understand the plan. You do not need to solve every question or hold every answer in your hands. All you need is a heart willing to rest in the hands of the Almighty, a heart willing to release the weight of the day and lean into His quiet, faithful presence. As this prayer begins, let your home become a sanctuary. Let every corner of your room be filled with holy stillness. Let your spirit be wrapped in peace, as though gentle light were settling over your thoughts and softening the edges of your worries. Let the truth of who God is surround you like a shield, guarding your mind and calming your heart. He is able, He is present, and He is still working even while you rest. Dear Heavenly Father, tonight I come before you, not with strength but with surrender, not with solutions but with stillness, not with certainty but with the quiet belief that you are still God. You are still good. You are still near. Even when everything inside me feels weary, even when my thoughts feel scattered and heavy, even when I cannot find the words to pray, you remain unchanging. You remain faithful. I declare this not because I feel brave, but because your word holds more weight than my feelings. Your promises stand firmer than my fears, and your faithfulness endures beyond my doubts. As Numbers 23:19 assures us, God is not human, that He should lie, not a human being that He should change His mind. Does He speak and then not act? Does He promise and then not fulfill? Tonight, I choose to rest on that promise, like a pillow beneath my head, soft yet strong, gentle yet secure. Lord, I confess that I have been holding on too tightly to outcomes I cannot control, to timelines I cannot predict, to burdens that were never mine to carry. I have tried to manage what only you can move and fix what only your grace can heal, and in doing so, my heart has grown tired. What has worry ever built except walls around my joy? What has fear ever nurtured except sleepless nights and restless thoughts? What has anxiety ever produced except distance between my heart and your peace? So tonight, I let go again. Slowly, honestly, and without resistance, I release what I cannot change, what I do not understand, and what weighs me down. As you have gently spoken in Matthew 11:28, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. I am weary, Lord, and I come. I come with my tired mind, with my fragile hopes, with my questions and my quiet tears. I come not because I am strong, but because you are faithful. I come not because I understand, but because I trust your heart. Even if nothing changes tomorrow, even if no answers arrive overnight, even if the path ahead remains unclear, I will still trust you. Because trust is not built on outcomes. It is built on your character. Peace is not the absence of trouble. It is the presence of your spirit in the midst of it. So tonight I choose peace. Not because everything is resolved, but because you are here. Let your peace flow through my thoughts, like a gentle river, washing away anxiety and softening every hard place within me. Let your healing light rest upon my heart, touching every wound with mercy, every fear with comfort, every doubt with quiet assurance. Let your protection surround me through this night, like unseen wings spread over my soul, like angels standing watch in the darkness, like your hand resting gently upon my life. As I close my eyes, teach my spirit to rest in you. Teach my heart to trust your timing. Teach my mind to release what it cannot hold. But tonight, I am safe in your presence. Tonight, I am held in your mercy. Tonight, I am covered by your peace. And in this holy stillness, I surrender again and again into your loving hands, trusting that even while I sleep, you are still working, still guiding, still shaping what I cannot yet see. It is your presence that steadies my heart, Lord. When everything around me feels uncertain, when my thoughts feel restless, when my emotions rise and fall like waves in the dark, it is the presence of you that keeps me anchored. As Psalm 125:1 declares, "Those who trust in the Lord are like Mount Zion, which cannot be shaken but endures forever." I may feel shaken at times, but I am still standing because you are the rock beneath me, the foundation that does not move, the strength that does not fade. Father, you know the situations I cannot fix, the burdens I cannot lift, the questions I cannot answer. You see the relationships that ache beneath the surface, the conversations that remain unfinished, the doors that stay closed no matter how many times I knock. You know the dreams that feel too fragile to speak out loud, the hopes I carry quietly so they will not break under the weight of disappointment. So tonight, I lay them at your feet, not with despair, but with hope, not with panic, but with the quiet faith that you are already at work behind the scenes, weaving meaning where I see confusion, preparing answers where I only see waiting. You are the better option always. When my mind searches for solutions, when my heart looks for reassurance, when my soul longs for certainty, I remember that you are greater than every possibility I could imagine. You are the God who makes a way through seas, who breathes life into dry bones, who enters the fire with the faithful and calls the forgotten by name. You show up in silence, in storms, and in stillness. You are present when the world is loud and when it is quiet. You are near when I feel strong and when I feel small. I hold to the question you asked in Genesis 18:14, "Is anything too hard for the Lord?" And my soul answers without hesitation, "Nothing is." When I cannot see the path ahead, I will remember that you already know the end from the beginning. When I cannot hear your voice clearly, I will trust that you are still speaking in ways my heart will understand in time. When I feel invisible, overlooked, or forgotten, I will remember the cross, because the cross shouts forever that I am seen, known, and deeply loved. So tonight, I am done striving. I release my expectations, the timelines I tried to control, the outcomes I tried to predict. I let go of the weight of needing to understand everything before I can rest. You are the one who catches every tear, who counts every sigh, who holds every fear and redeems every waiting season. Nothing escapes your notice. Nothing is wasted in your hands. Even the delays, even the disappointments, even the silent seasons are held within your purpose. I do not ask for instant fixes. I ask for your presence. I do not seek escape from the night. I seek your embrace within it. I do not beg for perfection. I welcome your peace. You still do exceedingly abundantly above all I ask or imagine, even when my prayers feel small and incomplete. Your silence does not mean stillness. Your timing is never off. Your ways are higher than my understanding, and your thoughts are deeper than my fears. Tonight, I lay down the pressure to be enough, to know enough, to do enough. I release the burden of proving myself, of measuring my worth by outcomes, of defining my value by success or failure. I choose rest not as weakness, but as worship. I choose trust not as passivity, but as power. I choose you not only for what you do, but for who you are. You are the calm in my storm. When my thoughts race, you speak peace. When my heart trembles, you whisper assurance. You are the whisper in my worry, the quiet voice that steadies my soul when everything else feels loud. You are the one who speaks, and the wind and waves obey. If creation listens to your voice, then my heart can rest in your command. So let my mind settle into your nearness. Let every anxious thought slow down in the light of your presence. Let my breath fall into the rhythm of your peace, gentle and steady, like a tide guided by unseen hands. Let my spirit curl up in the shelter of your presence like a child resting safely in the arms of a loving father. Not because the world is quiet, but because you are. Not because my heart understands everything, but because my soul remembers who you are. I do not strive to earn rest. I accept it as a gift. I do not pretend to be strong. I lean on you. I do not brace myself for another restless night. I fall into the shadow of the Almighty, trusting that your covering is enough. That is my place tonight. That is my peace. In a world that demands answers, I choose surrender. In a life filled with questions, I choose faith. In the middle of uncertainty, I choose to believe that your presence is more than enough. Dear Lord, tonight, I lift up my heart in full honesty, not hiding my weakness, not masking my doubts, but opening my soul to your gentle light, trusting that in your hands, even my fragility becomes a place where grace can dwell. Not to perform, not to impress, but simply to be held in your presence, Lord. Tonight, I am not trying to prove how strong I am. I am not trying to appear composed or unshaken. I am coming as I truly am, without masks, without defenses, without pretending that everything is fine. I come with thoughts that have spiraled too long, fears that have crept in silently, and disappointments that still sting in hidden corners of my soul. I come with emotions I do not always understand, and questions I do not always know how to ask. Yet you already know them all. You have seen every silent tear, every restless sigh, every moment when I smiled on the outside but trembled within. Nothing about me is hidden from you. No thought is invisible to your sight. No pain is unknown to your heart. And still, you love me. Still, you draw near. Still, you call me by name. So here I am, Lord, not as someone who has it all together, but as someone who trusts that your grace is enough for what I lack. As the day ends and the quiet of night settles in, I lay my soul bare before you. I do not pretend to be fearless, but I refuse to be owned by fear. I may feel surrounded by uncertainty, but I am not defeated. I may feel pressed by circumstances, but I will not be crushed because my God is alive and you are near. Even when my heart feels heavy, your presence remains light. Even when my mind feels crowded, your voice remains gentle and clear. Tonight, I speak truth over myself. I reject despair. I renounce hopelessness. I refuse to partner with fear. Your word reminds me in 2 Timothy 1:7. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. So I cling to that truth, not as a distant promise, but as a living reality. When fear tries to whisper its lies, I will answer with your promise. When anxiety rises in my chest, I will respond with your word. When doubt knocks at the door of my heart, I will open the door to faith instead. Even when my emotions rise, even when uncertainty surrounds me, I will declare what my soul knows to be true. Faith lives here tonight. Not because I see the breakthrough yet, but because I know the one who holds it. Not because I feel brave, but because I serve a faithful God. My confidence is not rooted in what I feel, but in who you are. Lord, you are the same yesterday, today, and forever. You are not shaken by my struggles, not surprised by my questions, not threatened by my weakness. You remain steady when everything else feels unstable. And because you are unshaken, I will not be moved. Because you stand firm, I can stand in peace. Because you remain faithful, I can remain hopeful. So tonight, I speak to every mountain that has towered over me today. I speak to the weight I have carried, the opposition I have faced, the fears that have tried to steal my voice. I say, move in Jesus' name. This is not my strength. This is not positive thinking. This is spiritual truth. Mark 11:23 reminds us, truly, I tell you, if anyone says to this mountain, go throw yourself into the sea, and does not doubt in their heart, but believes that what they say will happen, it will be done for them. I believe, I speak, I trust. The mountain will move not because of me, but because of you. You are the one who brings dead things back to life. You are the one who breaks chains in the midnight hour. You are the one who turns weeping into dancing and mourning into joy. When my strength ends, your power begins. When my hope feels fragile, your faithfulness remains unbreakable. This battle I am in does not belong to me. It belongs to you. I will not be intimidated by what I see because I know whose child I am. I will not back down from what feels impossible because I know whose name I carry. And yet in the waiting, I admit that I grow tired. Waiting is hard, Lord. Delay feels like silence. It can feel like distance. It can feel like being forgotten. There are moments when the stillness feels heavy and unanswered prayers feel louder than hope. There are moments when I wonder if you are working or if I am simply standing still. But I speak to that lie tonight. I refuse to believe that silence means absence. I refuse to believe that delay means denial. I refuse to believe that waiting means you have forgotten me. Instead, I choose to believe that even in the waiting, you are moving. Even in the silence, you are speaking. Even in the delay, you are preparing something my eyes cannot yet see. Your ways are higher than mine, and your timing is wiser than my impatience. What feels slow to me is never late to you. What feels hidden to me is never lost in your hands. So tonight, I choose a deeper kind of trust. Not the kind that depends on quick answers, but the kind that rests in your character. Not the kind that demands explanations, but the kind that leans into your presence. I choose to believe that you are working in ways that surpass my understanding, shaping outcomes that exceed my imagination, and writing a story that is greater than my fears. Let my heart rest in that truth, Lord. Let my mind be quieted by your peace. Let my soul be strengthened by your promises. Even if I do not see the change yet, I will trust that it is coming. Even if I do not feel the breakthrough yet, I will believe that it is near. Even if the night feels long, I will remember that morning always comes in your time. Tonight I am not striving to be strong. I am resting in your strength. I am not fighting to control what I cannot understand. I am surrendering it into your hands. I am not clinging to fear. I am holding on to faith. And in this quiet moment, as the world slows down and my heart grows still, I choose to believe that your presence is enough. Your power is real, and your love will carry me through every season of waiting. Delay is not denial. Waiting is not rejection. Tonight, I remind my heart of this truth again and again. You are not withholding out of punishment, but preparing in your love. What feels like silence is not absence. What feels like delay is not abandonment. It is your wisdom shaping moments that I cannot yet understand. Your hands arranging details that my eyes cannot yet see. Ecclesiastes 3:11 gently assures me he has made everything beautiful in its time. So I breathe in that promise slowly and deeply. I do not need to rush what you are perfecting. I do not need to fear what I cannot control. I do not need to force what only your grace can unfold. Tonight, I choose to rest in your timing, Lord, not as resignation, but as trust. It is not my job to make it all happen. It is not my burden to hold the universe together. It is my joy to trust that you already are. So I surrender my impatience. I surrender my fear of missing out. I surrender the restless need to always know what comes next. I let go of the constant reaching, the constant questioning, the endless measuring of progress. I release the pressure to see immediate results, to demand quick answers, to interpret every silence as failure. Because while I wait, you work. While I rest, you rebuild. While I sleep, you speak peace over the places I do not even understand. In rooms of my heart I have never entered, you are already healing. In stories I have not yet imagined, you are already writing hope. In moments I fear, you are already preparing deliverance. You have never been late, not once. You may not show up when I expect, but you always arrive when it matters most. You did not forget Lazarus. You did not abandon Joseph. You did not fail Hannah. You are the God who remembers, the God who redeems, the God who restores. You are the God who sees beyond the present moment and works beyond human understanding. And if you were faithful to them, I know you will be faithful to me. So even now, even here, I declare that my miracle is not forgotten. I am not overlooked. I am not dismissed. I am not lost in the crowd. You see me. You hear me. You know the quiet prayers I barely dare to speak. You know the hopes I hide beneath layers of caution. and you are still writing my story, line by line with wisdom and mercy. Psalm 27:14 urges my heart, wait for the Lord. Be strong and take heart and wait for the Lord. So I wait not with bitterness, but with hope, not with tension, but with trust, not with clenched fists, but with open hands. I wait not because I am passive, but because I believe that your timing is wiser than my urgency, and your ways are higher than my plans. Tonight I lay down the urge to figure it all out. I lay down the lies that whisper it is too late, too broken, too far gone. I lay down the voices that tell me I have missed my chance or lost my moment. Nothing is too hard for you. I remind my soul again and again my timeline is not yours, but your timing is always better. My plan is not perfect, but your purpose never fails. So let this night be sacred. Let this sleep be healing. Let this moment be a turning point where peace replaces pressure and praise rises instead of panic. Let your word be the last voice I hear before I drift into rest. Let your love be the warmth that surrounds me in the quiet, the gentle covering that steadies my heart when everything else feels uncertain. Tonight, I renounce despair. I renounce fear. I renounce hopelessness. I renounce the temptation to believe that nothing will change. And I choose again and again and again. I choose to trust you, dear Jesus. I choose to believe that you are working even when I cannot see it. I choose to rest in your presence even when my mind wants to run ahead. I choose to lean into your promises when my emotions feel fragile. As the night deepens and everything grows quiet around me, my heart speaks louder than ever. Not in panic, but in longing. Not in fear, but in need. I come not because I have it all figured out, but because you already do. I come not to ask for more, but to settle into what you have already promised. I come not to demand answers, but to receive your peace. In the stillness of this moment, I feel the weight of the day slowly lifting. The questions that once felt urgent begin to soften. The worries that once felt overwhelming begin to loosen their grip. I realize that I do not have to carry tomorrow on my shoulders. I do not have to solve what only you can solve. I do not have to understand what only heaven can reveal. Instead, I can rest. I can breathe. I can trust. I can allow my heart to be held, rather than hardened, guided, rather than forced, healed, rather than hurried. Tonight, I allow your presence to become my anchor. I allow your peace to become my rhythm. I allow your love to become the ground beneath my weary soul. If my mind tries to rush ahead, remind me that you are already there. If my heart tries to look back in regret, remind me that you have redeemed every moment. If my spirit feels uncertain, remind me that your faithfulness has never failed. Let every thought, every breath, every quiet moment of this night become an act of surrender and worship. So here I am, Lord, not striving, not performing, not demanding. I am simply resting in the truth that you are good, you are near, and you are faithful. I am resting in the assurance that delay is not denial, waiting is not rejection, and silence is not absence. I am resting in the confidence that the God who began a good work in me will be faithful to complete it. Tonight I choose to believe that my story is still unfolding in your hands. I choose to believe that every season has purpose, every delay has meaning, and every quiet moment has grace. And as I close my eyes, I surrender again into your timing, your wisdom and your love, trusting that even while I sleep, you are still working, still guiding, still shaping what my heart has been waiting for. Tonight, I come to rest my questions at your feet, trusting you even when I do not hear an answer yet. I come not with demands, not with impatience, but with a quiet willingness to wait in your presence. I come with thoughts that seek clarity, with emotions that seek reassurance, and with a heart that seeks peace. And in this stillness, I choose to believe that your silence is not absence, and your delay is not rejection. Lord, there are prayers I have prayed that still feel unanswered. There are requests that remain suspended in silence, hanging between hope and uncertainty. There are moments when I wonder if my words reached heaven or dissolved into the night. But I will not measure your love by how fast you respond. I will not judge your faithfulness by the speed of my answers. I will not mistake quiet for distance or delay for denial. You are still good when the answer is not yet. You are still present when heaven feels still. You are still moving when I see nothing. Isaiah 26:3 gives me this comfort. You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast because they trust in you. Tonight, I choose that peace. I choose not to wrestle with every unknown. I choose not to demand explanations for every unanswered prayer. I choose not to let uncertainty steal the calm you offer. I do not need to understand everything. I just need to stay near. So I breathe in calm and breathe out pressure. I inhale your peace and exhale my fear. I release my need to control the outcome. I surrender the inner push to make something happen, to force what only your timing can unfold. I release the urgency that tells me I must fix everything now. I receive your design over my demand. I receive your wisdom over my impatience. I receive your presence over my questions. Romans 8:28 reminds me that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Even this waiting, this wondering, this in-between season is part of the good you are working. Even the unanswered prayers, the quiet nights, the slow unfolding of events are woven into your greater plan. Nothing is wasted in your hands. Nothing is meaningless in your story. Lord, I remember. I look back. I trace your fingerprints through the chapters of my life, and I see it clearly now. You have never failed me, not once. You made a way when I saw no road. You opened doors I did not even know to knock on. You carried me through seasons that should have broken me. You lifted me when I thought I could not rise again. And through every moment you remained faithful. You are still the same God. You have not changed with time or circumstance. Psalm 77:11 says it plainly, I will remember the deeds of the Lord. Yes, I will remember your miracles of long ago. Tonight I hold on to that memory. My memory of your goodness is the evidence I bring into this moment. It is the proof I carry into the darkness. It is the anchor that keeps my heart steady when fear tries to rise. So when fear says, this time is different, I will answer. But my God has not changed. When discouragement whispers, it won't work out, I will respond with truth. My God is faithful through every season. When doubt tries to rewrite my story, I will remember what you have already done. You have done it before. You will do it again. Your miracles are not only for the past, they are my promise for today. What you did for David, you will do for me. What you did for Ruth, for Esther, for Peter, for Paul, you are doing even now in ways I cannot yet see. You are working behind the scenes, beyond my vision, beyond my understanding. And because of that, I hold on to your promises. I will not let them slip away just because I am tired. I will not toss them aside just because I cannot see how they will come to pass. I will not abandon hope just because the journey feels long. Your word is not an empty hope. It is a living truth. Your promises are not fragile ideas. They are eternal declarations. Isaiah 55:11 declares, "So is my word that goes out from my mouth. It will not return to me empty, but will accomplish what I desire and achieve the purpose for which I sent it." Every word you have spoken over me still stands. Every promise you have made remains alive. Every purpose you have planted in my heart is still unfolding in your time. Tonight, I choose to believe that your word is working even when I cannot see the results. I choose to believe that your promises are unfolding even when my circumstances seem unchanged. I choose to believe that your hands are moving even when my eyes see stillness. I choose to believe that your love is guiding me even when the path feels unclear. In this quiet hour, I allow my heart to soften rather than harden. I allow my spirit to rest rather than resist. I allow my mind to be still rather than restless. I stop striving to understand every detail, and I start trusting the one who holds every detail in his hands. I stop measuring progress by visible results, and I start measuring it by the quiet growth of faith within my soul. Tonight I remind myself that closeness to you is more important than clarity. Your presence is more valuable than answers. Your peace is more powerful than explanations. So I stay near. I remain in your presence. I lean into your heart. I let your peace become the rhythm of my thoughts and the anchor of my emotions. If tomorrow still brings questions, I will face them with trust. If tomorrow still brings waiting, I will walk through it with hope. If tomorrow still brings uncertainty, I will carry your promises with me like a light in the darkness. Because I know this, you are not absent in my waiting. You are not distant in my silence. You are not slow in my delay. You are precise, faithful, and deeply loving. So tonight I rest my questions at your feet. I lay my doubts in your hands. I place my hopes in your care. I surrender my timeline to your wisdom. And as I close my eyes, I choose to believe that the God who has been faithful in my past is already faithful in my future. I choose to believe that every word you have spoken over me still stands still, breathes still, works, and still leads me forward into the story you are writing with love. In this holy stillness, I rest not because everything is solved, but because you are enough. Not one syllable has expired. Not one promise has dried up. Not one word you have spoken has lost its power. Tonight I rest in this truth with a quiet heart and a steady spirit. I sleep under the shadow of fulfilled prophecy, not because I understand every detail, but because I trust the one who never breaks his word. I rest knowing that I am held by a covenant-keeping God, a God whose faithfulness does not fade with time or circumstance. I may not see how the story unfolds, but I trust the one who writes it. You have promised and you do not lie. You have spoken and your word does not return empty. So I build my life on that truth. My foundation is not my feelings which rise and fall like waves in the night. My foundation is not my plans, which change with every season. My foundation is your faithfulness, steady and unshaken, enduring beyond my understanding. And still there is the dream. The quiet dream that refuses to leave my heart even when I try to bury it beneath caution and fear. The dream I have carried in silence because I am afraid to believe again. Lord, you know the dream, the one I once held with joy, the one that once made my heart feel alive, the one that now feels fragile, almost foolish to speak aloud. But if you gave the dream, you will also give the strength, the resources, the timing, and the grace to see it through. If the dream was planted by your hand, it cannot die by accident. So I will not bury what you planted. I will not declare it dead when you are simply calling it dormant. I will not give up on what you are still shaping in unseen ways. What looks delayed may be in development. What feels lifeless may only be resting in your hands. Habakkuk 2:3 reassures me. Though it linger, wait for it. It will certainly come and will not delay. So I wait not with clenched fists, but with open hands. I wait not in frustration, but in faith. I wait not in despair, but in quiet expectation. I will not let disappointment define me. I will not let fear tell the story of my life. I will not let failure be the final word. If you authored the dream, you will sustain it. If you spoke it, you will bring it to pass. If you planted it, you will water it in your time. So tonight I dare to believe again. I speak life into the dreams I have silenced. I speak hope into the places I have closed off. I speak revival into the parts of me that once gave up. Not because I am strong, but because you are. Not because I know how, but because I know who. Not because I see the way, but because I trust the one who makes the way. So tonight, I fall asleep not under the weight of regret, but in the arms of promise. I do not close my eyes with anxiety. I close them in expectation. I do not fear tomorrow. I trust the one who already lives in it. I release the pressure. I release the fear. I release the timeline. I release the outcome. And I receive your peace, your presence, your perspective, and your power. In the gentle stillness of the night, I choose again to trust. I choose again to wait. I choose again to believe. When my thoughts try to run ahead, I bring them back to your promises. When my heart tries to retreat in fear, I guide it back to your faithfulness. When my soul feels tired, I remind it that your strength is renewed in every quiet moment of surrender. Dear miracle-working God, tonight, I am done trying to figure everything out. I am done wrestling with questions that multiply in the dark. I am done fighting sleep with worries that do not belong to me. Tonight, I welcome you, not just into my thoughts, not just into my prayers, but into the very places that feel most impossible. I welcome you into the places that have lingered the longest. I welcome you into the spaces where breakthrough feels overdue and hope feels fragile. I welcome you into the areas of my life where I have almost stopped believing. Lord, I welcome you into this impossible place, because I know that impossible is where you often begin your greatest works. You do not wait for things to make sense before you move. You do not wait for perfect faith, perfect words, or perfect timing. You move in weakness. You move in uncertainty. You move in moments when human logic ends and divine power begins. You enter situations that seem hopeless and quietly transform them from within. So tonight, I give you access to every hidden room of my heart. I give you permission to touch what I have avoided, to heal what I have hidden, to restore what I thought was lost. I bring before you every unanswered prayer, every delayed promise, every fragile hope. I place them gently in your hands, trusting that nothing entrusted to you is ever wasted. If my mind asks when I answer with trust, if my heart asks how I answer with faith, if my soul asks why I answer with surrender, I may not understand your ways, but I understand your character. I may not see your plan, but I know your heart, and that is enough for tonight. Let my dreams rest in your wisdom. Let my fears dissolve in your presence. Let my hopes be anchored in your promises. Let my spirit be wrapped in the quiet assurance that you are working even when I cannot see it. Let my sleep be covered by your peace and guarded by your angels. Tonight I do not strive to force the future. I rest in the God who already holds it. I do not chase certainty. I embrace trust. I do not cling to control. I surrender to grace. And in this sacred stillness, I allow your truth to settle deeper into my soul, that every promise still stands, every dream still matters, and every season still serves a purpose in your perfect design. So as I drift into rest, I do so with a heart that believes again, a spirit that waits again, and a soul that trusts again. I fall asleep, not with fear, but with faith, not with doubt, but with hope, not with pressure, but with peace. And in the quiet of this night, I rest in the assurance that the God who planted the dream is faithful to complete it in His time, in His way, and in His love. You show up where you are invited. You draw near where hearts are opened. And so tonight, I invite you not out of desperation, not out of fear, but out of quiet confidence in who you are. I invite you because I know you are faithful. I invite you because I know you are near. I invite you because I know that when you enter, nothing remains the same. I open the door of my heart. I make space in my thoughts, in my emotions, in my expectations. I say yes with humility and trust. Come in, Lord. Come into the storm that has shaken me. Come into the delay that has tested me. Come into the ache that I have carried silently. Come into the wondering that has lingered in my mind. Come not only to visit, but to stay, to speak, to heal, to move in power and grace. Revelation 3:20 paints the picture so clearly. Here I am. I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come in and eat with that person, and they with me. Tonight, I hear your voice. Tonight, I open the door. Tonight, I welcome you with a willing spirit and a trusting heart. Tonight, I open the door to miracles. I open the door to restoration. I open the door to divine intervention that only you can bring. Be glorified in the place of my greatest need. Be lifted up in the very place where I have felt most discouraged. Let the ground of impossibility become the stage for your power. Let what seemed hopeless become a testimony of your faithfulness. Let this season, this very night, be the moment where everything begins to shift, not because I finally figured it out, but because you stepped in. Let your presence redefine what I thought was permanent. Let your power rewrite what I thought was finished. Let your light shine into places I once thought would remain forever dark. I don't need the outcome tonight. I just need you. I don't need a performance of answers. I need the presence of Jesus. I don't need explanations that satisfy my mind. I need a peace that steadies my soul. If I have you, I have enough. If I have your presence, I can endure the waiting. If I have your voice, I can walk through uncertainty with courage. And Lord, I reaffirm what I have always known, but sometimes forget in moments of weariness. You are able. My hope is not anchored in odds or outcomes. It is not anchored in probabilities or human logic. My hope is anchored in your ability, in your sovereignty, in your love that never fails. You are mighty to save right now, right here, even me. Zephaniah 3:17 declares this over me. The Lord your God is with you, the mighty warrior who saves. He will take great delight in you. In his love, he will no longer rebuke you, but will rejoice over you with singing. What a God you are. What a love you give. What a tenderness you show to hearts that feel fragile and tired. You are not done with my story. You are not finished with this chapter. You are not walking away from what you began. You are writing. You are weaving. You are working all things together for good, even when I don't feel it. Even when I don't see it. Even when my emotions tell a different story. And even when I don't feel strong, even when I don't feel brave, even when I don't feel like I have enough faith, I will say it again, I believe. I believe. I believe. Like the man in Mark 9:24. I echo his words. I do believe. Help me overcome my unbelief. I bring you not perfect faith, but honest faith. I bring you not complete confidence, but sincere trust. Lord, I bring you the belief I do have, and I trust you with the places still growing. I bring you the pieces of hope that remain and ask you to breathe life back into them. I bring you the fragile parts of my heart and ask you to strengthen them with your Spirit. I bring you the questions I cannot answer and place them gently in your hands. I don't have to be perfectly faithful because you are. I don't have to understand everything because you already do. I don't have to carry the weight because you already have. I don't have to fix what feels broken because you are the one who restores. I don't have to force clarity because you are the one who reveals. So tonight, I rest, not because everything is resolved, not because the answer has arrived, not because the night is without its shadows, but because you are the light that no darkness can extinguish. I rest because your presence is stronger than my fears. I rest because your promises are greater than my doubts. I rest because your love is deeper than my uncertainty. I let go of the need to control what happens next. I release the urge to predict outcomes. I surrender the pressure to make things happen in my own strength. I choose instead to trust the God who works beyond my sight. I choose to lean into the arms of the one who never sleeps, never forgets, never abandons. Tonight, let my heart be still in your presence. Let my mind be quieted by your truth. Let my soul be wrapped in the assurance that you are near. Teach me to wait without bitterness, to hope without fear, to believe without conditions. Teach me to recognize your voice in the silence and your hand in the unseen. If tomorrow brings answers, I will thank you. If tomorrow brings more waiting, I will still trust you. If tomorrow brings clarity, I will praise you. If tomorrow brings mystery, I will still worship you. Because my faith is not built on what I see, it is built on who you are. So I close this night with a heart that is open, a spirit that is surrendered, and a soul that is anchored in your truth. I fall asleep knowing that the God who knocks is the God who stays. The God who enters is the God who transforms. The God who loves me is the God who will never let me go. And as I rest, I whisper again, what my heart chooses to believe. You are here. You are able. You are working. And I am safe in your hands. I rest because you never sleep. I rest because you fight while I am still. Exodus 14:14 reminds me with unwavering truth, the Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. So tonight I choose stillness, not as surrender to fear, but as surrender to peace. Not as giving up, but as placing everything into your hands. Not as weakness, but as confidence in the strength of my God. I fall asleep held by the God of wonders, the one who walked on water, the one who calmed raging storms, the one who healed with a word, the one who defeated death and rose in glory. That is the God who holds me now. That is the God who watches over me as my eyes begin to close. That is the God who surrounds my home, my heart, my sleep, and my tomorrow. Tonight I do not strive. I surrender. I do not chase answers. I choose to trust. I do not pressure you. I welcome you. I do not fight in the flesh. I rest in the Spirit. This bed becomes an altar. This night becomes holy. This moment becomes sacred, not because of anything I have done, but because of everything you are. You fight while I rest. You protect while I sleep. You whisper peace into places no one else sees. You mend what I cannot fix. You hold what I have released. You carry what I could no longer bear. You are not anxious, so I do not have to be. You are not late, so I do not have to rush. You are not unsure, so I do not have to overthink. You are not fragile, so I do not have to fear. I close my eyes tonight, not only in fatigue, but in faith. I rest not in the absence of chaos, but in the presence of Christ. I lay down not in defeat, but in deep trust. I fall asleep not alone, but in the arms of the one who never leaves. Thank you, Lord, for being consistent when my emotions are not. Thank you for being strong when I feel weak, kind, when I am harsh with myself, gentle with my wounds, patient with my delays, and faithful to every word you have spoken over my life. Let this night be covered by peace. Let my thoughts be washed in your promises. Let my sleep be holy and my soul be satisfied. Let every anxious thought dissolve in your presence. Let every heavy burden be lifted by your grace. As I rest, guard my heart with your truth. Silence every lie that whispers in the dark. Quiet every fear that tries to rise in the night. Let your love be the last thing I feel before sleep takes me. And when morning comes, let me rise not in stress, but in strength. Let me rise not in fear, but in fresh faith. Let me rise not weighed down by yesterday, but lifted by hope for tomorrow. You are here. You are able. You are enough. In the powerful, peace-giving, mountain-moving name of Jesus, I rest. Amen. Before you go, take a deep breath and let your heart remember this truth. God is still able. Even now, even here, even in the silence, He is working. If this prayer has touched your heart, if even one line felt like it was written just for you, it is because God sees you. He knows your battles. He hears the cries you whisper through the night, and He has not forgotten you. Tonight I pray that you will feel His nearness like never before, that His peace will wrap around you like a warm blanket, that His presence will fill your room, your thoughts, and your sleep. May you wake up tomorrow not carrying the same burdens, but carrying a holy boldness to believe again. May you wake up with courage in your spirit, clarity in your mind, and quiet confidence in your heart. May you remember that no situation is too broken, no delay too long, and no darkness too deep for the light of God. If you received peace through this prayer, if you felt seen, if your soul finally exhaled, please don't keep it to yourself. Type in the comments, "Nothing is too hard for my God. I believe even now." Share this prayer with someone who may be going through an impossible night. Let this prayer become a gift of peace for them. And if you want more miracle-centered prayers and faith declarations that help your heart breathe again, follow and subscribe to NightPrayer to God. I pray that you feel loved here. I pray that you feel safe here. And most of all, I pray that you walk away tonight knowing this truth with unshakable certainty. You are never ever alone.